You know, some of you are super curious buggers and want to know how it is that I'm buying a house just about every single day. I mean, buying houses cost a lot of money and it's a lot of work. 342 hours of work to be specific. So how am I actually accomplishing that? Many of you know how I've gone on to start my portfolio, become financially free. Most of you don't know how I'm building wealth today. So today I'm going to pull back the curtain and reveal it all. I hope it will help you on your journey to expanding and creating more wealth.
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
This is definitely going to be one of the more revealing videos that I've ever made before, because I'm not just talking about how I became financially free at 26. I'm not just talking about how I went on to buy my 500th home. Today I'm talking about how it is that I buy a house just about every single day. For some of you that have been looking for the greater wealth strategies, this is definitely going to be hyper revealing. Many of you know that I bought my first 3 homes with like less than $5,000. It was pretty crazy. I bought a primary residence with 3% down, used the equity to buy an investment property, used some of that equity to move again and buy another house. But by the time I got to my 4th house, I was stuck. I had to wait before I could buy that home, but I didn't want to wait. I went to someone in my family network, my father-in-law, and he'd become curious about what I was doing in real estate. Thought it was weird in the beginning for sure, but he was now getting curious because I hadn't gone bankrupt. I haven't lost debt everything yet, and I've been doing it for a couple years. And I remember when he asked me, well, Kris, what are you doing right now? I was like, well, I want to buy this house, but I can't. I'm waiting to get assets out of these other ones to buy it. And after he looked into the deal, saw the ROI, and he's like, dude, I'll fund this. And by the way, there's a huge lesson right there. Wow, look at the ROI. I'll fund this, meaning when you find a deal with significant ROI, the money is always available if you'll put yourself out there for it. So my father-in-law, he actually decides to fund this deal. We start going on buying lots of houses, and ultimately I wake up to a realization in college that I don't have one father-in-law. I have many people that are like my father-in-law who have done well for themselves financially. Went to college, they're great earners, they're executives, doctors, dentists, and they're just not really content with how their money's growing. If you got a money 401k or IRA, you know what I mean, right? Home equity, it's a liability. You're not even making any money off of that. So people finally wake up, often in their 50s, and they're like, whoa, I need to freaking get ahead on this one. Like, I am seriously behind. What should I do? And that's when people start becoming open-minded. So I picked up a number of partners in the community that wanted to partner with me, and I started buying real estate every month. Now, I thought this was cool to be buying a house every month, like one house a month. And that's how I got myself to 25 homes and then 50 and then ultimately 100. But how am I buying a house every single day? I'm gonna map it out for you. Ultimately, how I got to buying a house every day, it came from doing a couple of things. The first thing I did was I established a very special kind of team. I had to learn how to go into, number one, the very best markets. In the United States right now, for example, I have people from all over the world who are my partners. They find me through YouTube, or they read my books, or they come to my events, or they're referred by my other partners. And what they do is they go in and they learn that out of 324 markets that make up the United States, there are best markets. And so I tap into the top 2 or 3 markets. And for me, best means that I'm earning 25 to 30% annual ROI. It takes a team to do this. In fact, I have a team of 200 experts, and these range from my research and development team that will actually go into these best markets. And basically, we use 17 different methodologies for headhunting really good deals. It comes from a number of sources. Some we buy at auction, some we're finding on the MLS, some are short sales, pre-foreclosures. We find these, and I've got a research team that's a part of the experts, and they basically say, hey, does this house fixed up produce that ROI? And the reality is that like almost none of them do. They'll look at 1,000 houses and only like maybe 3 or 4 of them will meet this criteria. After the research team, then I have to send in a pre-rehab team to basically say, do we have cosmetic work here or substantial damage? Now, this is gonna help you understand how I buy one a day. This team will research them every day, go in and do pre-rehab, find out that it's going to actually meet our criteria for buying the houses. Then what we're gonna do after pre-rehab is we're gonna purchase, and then we're gonna do the actual rehab, and we're gonna get this rented out, and then we're gonna get it managed. So all of those things combined are what end up producing this 25% ROI. That's my minimum personal standard. Most people in real estate can't figure out how to get a 25% ROI. But I have 200 experts, and this team is also putting in 340 hours plus per project. Most investors are cutting corners and they're not putting in that amount of time. They're not researching, they're not looking at enough deals, they're not actually having it done as a system. And this is very important for you to understand in how I do a home every single day, because check it out, this team it's a machine, it's a flywheel that has momentum and it keeps going. And what they're doing basically is they are basically finding an average of 50 really good deals a month. And based on the way we keep some and lose some, I end up buying about 30 plus of them. Now, how am I buying 30 homes? How am I buying a house every day? Am I making enough money every day to be able to do this? Well, first of all, understand that when I buy an investment property, I'm putting a 20% down payment. And with my average purchase price being $142,000 and there's closing costs and things like that, my average probably set aside per deal is $40,000. I do some deals that take 25 grand and I do some deals that take 50 grand. So we'll just call it a $40,000 average. $40,000 a day is being deployed. There's 30 days in a month. You can do the math. We're talking about a lot of money. And no, that money is not all coming from me. What I do is I have a system for basically finding partners. By the way, I teach you how to do the same thing, because this isn't just Kris Krohn's strategy. Today's video is not about me. It sounds like it is, because like, well, Kris, how are you buying a house a day? I'm planting seeds to show you that I started from nothing and then I got here, and I can show you how to do it faster than I ever did in the beginning. That's part of what today's about, is opening and expanding your mind to understanding what's really possible. I find partners through YouTube. People from all over the world will watch these videos. They'll reach out to my team. They click the links below. They're like, all right, Kris, here's the reality. Once they see the thousands of deals that I've done, 4,000 deals totaling almost $1 billion, and they get to read up on the system. This is different than my book that people can pick up for free, but it's actually my track record. So what these partners will do is they'll evaluate my track record. They'll see that I have a long-standing 16-year history of producing these ROIs, and based on that alone, they'll choose to become my partners. I have enough partners coming into my network every single month that who's going to buy these 30 plus homes? My partners. Now, when my partners come in, they recognize, well, wait a second, Kris, here. You've spent $10 million building this system. So what they'll do instead is we go into a partnership that basically says, hey, we're going to be 50-50 partners. We set up an LLC, we cut it in half. Me on this side, this is KK, Kris Krohn, doing all the work. This is my partner putting in the money. And so they're on the money side. My team's doing all of the work that I listed above, and that represents basically about a 50-50% split on the LLC. So this LLC will now go on. My average partner in their first year will purchase 4 homes. Now, what does that mean for them? 4 homes producing, let's just say, a 25% annual ROI in 5 years will double. And when it doubles, these 4 homes then become 8 homes. But without any new money coming in, we're not earning 25% ROI, we're now earning a 50% ROI. Does that make sense? And for that partner, later, 5 years later, after it doubles, then that 8 becomes 16 homes. At that point, we're hopefully producing over 100% ROI. I'm earning well over that with some of my earlier partners in the game, where we've been doing this for quite a bit longer. But this is essentially how I'm buying a house every single day. So people will call in, and then I've got teams, I've got coaches, I've got people that, there's some of my videos here. If you go to my playlist and call it Partner with Kris, I've got like 20 videos in there that actually show you specifically the knowledge people need to watch to partner with me. And then they get to actually work directly with my team, my portfolio benefits, directors, and then they'll actually get tickets to come out to my event, where we get to actually get live with each other, celebrate our success, learn more up close and personal from each other. This last event, I had people there from Copenhagen and Saudi Arabia, all over the world, coming to learn how it is I built this entire system. So I thought, you know what, I should make a video on this and show people, because here's the reality. If I do this long enough in time, I think it would be really cool to make $1 billion. I would love to make $1 billion, and then I would love to give $1 billion away. I think that would be really cool. I'm nowhere near, by the way, being a billionaire, but there's a real path where I can see that happening. And the cool part is, if I make $1 billion, I'm helping other people make $1 billion, and then I get to give $1 billion. It's really just become an elaborate system for giving people access to the most professional team and learning how they can do the same thing. That's the answer. That's how I'm buying a house every single day. And if you kind of want to know what they look like, I've got some examples in here. Let me kind of show you this. This is kind of cool. Here in this book, you can see some of the states that I'm currently buying real estate in and have historically. But more importantly, I've got actual samples of deals that I'm doing. Talk about how the market works up and down, my strategy for finding them. Check it out. This is a house, King Pond Avenue in Florida, one of my hot growth markets. And this house has an overall cash on cash plus principal reduction and appreciation of 32.17% averaged over the next 5 years. 32%, like you're doubling your money every 3 years. That's pretty freaking wild. I got this one here in Memphis, Tennessee. This 100 square foot, 4-bedroom, 1.5 bath, 26.37%. All of these are generally going to be over 25%. And we now have a system for finding them every day. Cool thing about where the market is headed, and how do you take advantage of this information? First of all, I now have a new program that you might know someone that could become a great partner with me. And if they do, I will actually share my half of all of that wealth and split it this way with you. Half to me and half to you and the rest to the partner. So that's one practical application, that there's actually a way for you to get in on the game, but you don't need money and you don't need credit. Some of you might be watching this saying, dude, Kris, I got some antsy money in 401ks and IRAs, and I am not comfortable in the market and what's gonna be happening. To get that in real estate, right? Like that's one of the best things that you can do. There's a couple of options for you. I wanted to really kind of pull back the curtain and show you exactly what this whole system looks like. It's pretty transparent. Below in the link, if you are curious about what it would look like to become a partner with me, this document you can have for free. Just click the link, go to the page. I'm going to email you a copy of this, and you can also learn about becoming a partner with me and what that might look like. Either way, I certainly wish you the best of luck. Thank you for taking your time with me today. Make sure that you like the button and smash it. Tell YouTube that this was a good experience for you, I hope. And then other than that, if you subscribe, I will send you another video tomorrow.